Nick. Remember back in the early 80s, there was a band called The Birthday Party out of Australia that really were one of the godfathers of the doom and gloom set. Nick Cave left that band with Mick Harvey and formed Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, and went on to do very well. He wrote a book, he did some acting, he painted, he made a lot of music, and he has a new album out now, right, called Henry's Dream. I was in through town a little while ago, and Denise Darwin from the new music had a little chat with Nick, so we thought we'd make an edit out of it. Anyway, here it is, our In Limits feature. It's kind of a longie, so relax. Nick Cave. Enjoy.
Scratch, scrape, scratch, scrape, scratch, scrape, scratch, this winning thing. Yak, 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 yak.
I'm not really writing about what a lot of people write about, and so I consider that I'm in quite a difficult and dangerous area, really. Dangerous in that I'm in an area where I'm not going to convince some people, I know that, and I don't. But for me, if I can convince myself and I feel the song's convincing enough, then I'm happy, really. That's what I want to try and do.
You said that people think they know you. Do they know you by your songs, do you think?
I think they know me more from what's written about me. You know, which I don't know. I mean, I think that there's a great deal of me in those songs, even in songs where I'm inventing characters. Most of those characters are basically myself, I think, or things that I'd like to be, or things that I'm afraid to be, or whatever, but they're very much myself. And particularly on the last record, it's basically autobiographical right across the board, apart from a couple of obvious songs like Christina the Astonishing, for example, or John Finn's Wife, which is just a tale of blood and revenge and all that sort of stuff. But the rest of the songs are basically songs about me and about the way I felt, and about experiences that I've gone through, really. But they're dressed up in characters. Characters are acting out these things for me. And the reason why I do that is because I just love to tell stories, and I just think I do that pretty well, really. My lyrics prior to the book were this kind of mess of language, and they're obviously someone who was frustrated to a certain extent of having to write songs, who wanted to write something bigger, and at the same time someone who was simply in love with words for their own sake. And I think that a lot of the meaning of my songs was obscured by a lot of useless wordplay and verbiage in general. And I kind of wrote that out of myself with the book, you know. I mean, after I'd finished the book, the whole concept of writing just disgusted me, because I'd just written so much for so long at every opportunity, you know. Like here I'd be, oh yeah, you know, and oh, here's another, and it just wouldn't stop, and it became a very obsessive thing to finish this book. And I was spending days and nights entirely on my own, not talking to anyone, and just writing and writing and writing. By the time I'd finished it, the whole idea of writing, the whole idea of sitting down with words and playing with them, and spending hours and hours over one sentence and so forth, it was sickening. It was almost physically sickening. And after that, I lost patience with words for a while, and like on The Good Son, which was the first record to appear after that book, the words are very simple, you know. They're just like, you know, I write, well, that line's okay, and that line's okay, rather than, you know, pushing all the words around all the time. An imposter in the rock world, because I never really, particularly when I started out, I was absolutely, had no musical inclinations whatsoever. I was a hopelessly horrible singer. For one, I couldn't sing in tune, I couldn't phrase, I couldn't, you know, Anyway, I don't know, I got over that. I mean, I managed to pull that together in some way. But at the same time, still when I sit around with musicians, I'm kind of like, you know, I'm a musical cretin to a large degree. I have to have Mick Harvey beside me going,